Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Today, I have an unboxing for you. I purchased this Oracle deck here kind of last minute. I was in my local Books a Million, and as always, you go and look at the tarot decks and the Oracle decks, or at least I do. And I was actually there for the Infinite Door Tarot, which I have been in lust with for quite a while now. So I got that. But I also saw this here, and this is one that I hadn't heard of actually. And I was really taken by the back of the book. Not the book, excuse me, the back of the box here. The watercolors really appealed to me. I don't really have any kind of oracle deck or tarot deck that is based in folklore, so I wanted to snap it up. And it's really been my first like true impulse purchase since I got back from my no buy, my mini year no buy. But yeah, I'm excited to get in. I have saved it for you all because I just thought it would be fun to try an unboxing on this channel and see how it goes. I'm still kind of experimenting with things. I'm trying to figure out where my niche is, if there is a niche. At the end of the day, I think, like, I don't know, I love looking at deck collections. I love watching unboxings and seeing first impressions. So hopefully you all will enjoy that. Yeah, this is the Folklore Oracle by Giada Rose. I believe the illustrations are by Haddis Knox. Yes, I'm pretty sure Giada Rose wrote the book. Haddis Knox did the illustrations, or it could be vice versa. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I'll read the back for you. Explore the hidden depths of your soul through the rich symbolism of folk wisdom. This deck draws on age-old traditions and archetypes to offer insight into the seeker's inner world. Lushly illustrated by Giada Rose. Okay, so Giada Rose is the illustrator. Each card depicts an element from folklore which draws forth deeply rooted issues from the murky subconscious into the light. Shine your lantern, follow the path, find what you seek. So you all know I love some archetypes. Absolutely love archetypes. It's kind of like the basis of my tarot practice, so this is good. And I apologize if you hear my dog being loud. He's got his little really loud chew toy, and it's echoey against the hardwood floors. Okay. Folklore Oracle. Here's the guidebook. So you do get a full color guidebook, which is nice. It does look like you get a section for the lore, the meaning of the card itself, and then a diving deeper section. So that's pretty cool, and you get that for every single card. It is a 44 card deck, and it is by Rockpool. So there's the Rockpool app thing. Has anybody ever actually like downloaded this? Because I'm curious about it, but it feels like, I don't want to say scammy, but it feels like it would be kind of a waste. I don't know. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Guys. The backs of these cards. I am in love. Oh my goodness. So I was a Secret Garden kid growing up. That was like my favorite book. Still one of my favorites to this day. And is this not just giving Secret Garden with like the little keys and all of the floral symbols? And we have this full moon right here in the middle. Oh my gosh. That is stunning. I'm obsessed. Okay. Let's actually take a look at the cards. So immediately you can tell just very gentle colors. The watercolor is very gorgeous. And then, you've got a lot of white space happening too here. So number one is dew. What within you needs to be refreshed? Selkie. What must you sacrifice to find your way home? That's really beautiful. It kind of makes me think of the High Priestess a little bit with all of the blue and the moon and, just. And now that I look at it, it looks like the borders on each card are going to be like worth looking at in their own right. Just really beautifully, like finely illustrated with just enough of like the little details without being like too busy. Number 3, broomstick. Where are the cobwebs within and without? 4, true love. Do you feel whole? It's really pretty. 5, walking. Whose voices are raised alongside yours? So I'm only 5 cards in, and I'm getting the sense, not the sense, I'm getting the idea, the notion that this is probably going to be very rooted in British folklore in the British Isles. So, like England, Scotland, Ireland, just that kind of area, that Western area. Which is fine. That's like literally like 85% of my ancestry. And the other 15% is like German and Dutch. But if you're looking for folklore that might be more diverse, that features, like the rich folklore and tales of, I don't know, literally anywhere but the British Isles, you might be a little disappointed, which I'm also only like 5 cards into this, but so far that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But I'm going to reserve judgment until then, until the end. 6, spinning wheel. Can you spin straw into gold? 7, hair. What is the source of your power? 8, will-o'-the-wisp. Will you follow foolish fire or your heart's true knowing? 9, forest. What lies in the depths of the shadowed woods? 10, sleep. What do your dreams illuminate? 11, birth. What are you birthing into the world? Look at the little seedlings at the top here. It's pretty cool. You can kind of see the process of a seed growing into a plant. 12, stolen child. What love can you offer the child you once were? I love that card. We do a lot of inner child work in this house. Ugh. Okay, 13, journey. Do you dare to go in search of your destiny? 14, scissors. Shape something new or cut away the excess. 15, hearth. Where is your heart at home? 16, the well. Where lies the source? 17, mirror. What do you see reflected back to you? This is like that painting. I forget the name of it, but that Dutch painting, like a marriage portrait. That's the lady from that portrait. The name is gone. 18, fever. What needs to be burned away? 19, mourning. What must be grieved? 20, birds. Where might you fly when untethered? 21, mumming. What joy is knocking on your door? So yeah, very, very much rooted in Western folklore. I do think there are plenty of cultures that do have some kind of mumming, but with this like specific suit and symbology, I'm thinking particularly of like the British Isles. 22, berries. How might you practice discernment? 23, ghosts. What is haunting you? 24, household spirits. How can you cultivate a friendship with the unseen? 25, magic words. What are you speaking into being? All right, guys, I apologize. I'm probably going to butcher this. I hate not knowing how to pronounce things, but I'm filming on my phone, or I'd look it up. Um, 26, Calich. I don't think it's Kalich. Kalik. What wisdom are you gathering? I'm going to pause really quick and look at the guidebook here and see if they tell you how to pronounce it. It's Gaelic for old lady. Okay, no, but essentially this is like the crone. And it's interesting. I didn't read the guidebook. They're obviously too in depth, but with the sheep here, kind of makes me think of the devil a little bit. That's not a goat, but it's giving Black Phillip a little bit. I'm just saying. 27, shapeshifter. Can you dance between forms? 28, fairy ring. How do you get to fairyland? 29, the four seasons. Can you embrace your cyclical nature? That's a gorgeous card. 30, door. What might you unlock? 31, moon phases. How can you radiate light in the dark? 32, curse. What dark energy can you cast off? She's got the little evil eye pendant there. 33, prophecy. How might you hold a vision lightly? That's an interesting question. Like holding the information that we receive from our intuition, from spirit, or whatever you want to say, wherever that comes from for you. How do you hold it without clinging to it a little too tightly? How do you hold it kind of loosely in your hands without not like taking it seriously, but not letting it like control you, I guess? Well, I'm excited to get into the guidebook because a lot of these questions are really this would be a great deck for journaling, I think. 34, healing herbs. What practical magic rises from within? 35, predators. What predatory forces are at work in your life? 36, divination. How can you integrate logic and intuition? 37, death. How might an ending become a renewal? 38, amulet. How are you protected? Good hagstone there. 39, gold. What is your true value? 40, salt. What requires your protection? 41, garden. How is your inner garden growing? 42, bread. How are you nourishing yourself? 43, hermit. Who will you become in silence? 44, iron. Where is the balance between modern and mystical? Wow. I'm excited to get to work with this. Oh, by the way, it's gilded in green. I'd never seen that before. How cool is that? Well, obviously, it's very beautiful. I think the illustrations are truly just gorgeous, and I love the questions here at the bottom. And paired with the guidebook, I think you would be able to do a lot with this deck. I'm excited to use it for myself for journaling, for shadow work. I bet it would also be good at clarifying questions for people, really like getting to the heart of the issue. Just based on my first kind of cursory glance through, it does seem, if you were looking for diversity in a deck, this one probably isn't it. They do have, I mean, there are people of like different races in this deck. There are some racially ambiguous characters, it looks like, but as far as like diversity in culture goes in the folklore, I don't know about I don't really know about that. I'm granted, I know Western folklore pretty well simply because that's my ancestry. That's kind of the default that I was raised with. I'm Appalachian, and a lot of our folklore is rooted in, you know, what we brought over from like Scotland, England, Ireland. I don't really think that there's a lot of, folklore from other regions and cultures that are represented in this deck, unfortunately. Now, granted, if I'm completely wrong and I'm talking out of my ass, I do tend to do that a lot. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but if that's something that you were looking forward to and you were thinking about purchasing this deck, you might want to just keep that in mind. But it is beautiful. I personally am looking forward to getting to work with this. And I'm stoked. I'm glad that this was the impulse buy that I made. I think we will have a lot to do together. But yeah, guys, that is the Folklore Oracle by Giada Rose. Oh, I don't think I showed you the inside of the box here. Discover yourself in every tale is what the back of the box says. And then the inside of the front piece says, do you dare to cross the threshold? Cool. All right. Well, what do you think, guys? Tell me if you have worked with this deck before. What were your impressions on it? Do you think it's a good workhorse for you? Or did you buy it and it collects dust? I want to hear from you either way. I'm interested. All right. I am going to send you off now. Thanks for dropping in. I will see you in the next video. Bye.